Regarding the business, should businesses be focusing about replacing humans? Do you see a risk of, let's say, graphic designer jobs to be erased forever?
I respectfully disagree with that question. I don't think it's about replacing or erasing. I think it's about embracing and leaning into the new technology. I think, the same way that electricity changed our lives, the same way that the internet has changed our lives, the same way that mobile phones have changed our lives, the same way that having a PC on our desks has changed our lives, whereas before we would have grown up with typewriters or handwritten documents, the same way that a calculator changed our life. This is a technology that needs to be embraced um, and learned about, be curious, embrace it, and use it, and work out how to use it and how it can make your life better. Whether you are a student, whether you are a business person, whether you are a CEO, if you had a chat GPT in your board meetings, what would it say? What would it say about your board meetings? Would it give an opinion? What kind of opinion would it give? Would it ask questions that perhaps you might not be comfortable asking for political reasons or because there's other stuff going on in the background? So I think um, whether it's Chat GPT, whether it's Claude, whether it's DeepSeek or whatever. They are all have a point of view, and I think it's a valuable point of view, and I think it's something we should embrace. Otherwise, guess what? Someone else who is embracing it will probably end up getting to the answers that you're seeking quicker, faster, than you.
Zach, in general, people use ChatGTP for everyday things. They ask questions, their personal things. Uh, but is there anything that we need to be cautious of, not to tell ChatGTP?
Yes and no. I guess it's common sense. You don't give your bank details to a stranger. You don't go around giving, your personal sensitive information to a stranger. And ChatGPT, whilst or AI, or whether it's Claude, is very useful, very reliable. You should also exercise caution. No different to if you were a tourist going to a new city, for example. There are certain places you don't go to. There are places you do go to. You have to use common sense and not treat it like you don't blindly trust anything. There are security measures in place. Obviously, ChatGPT is partnered with Microsoft, so there are GDPR security measures in place. However, um, you wouldn't give your credit card details to someone without knowing you that are the security protocols in place. And it's the same with ChatGPT. It's the same with Claude. It's the same with DeepMind. So yeah, common sense, absolutely. Uh, I think ChatGPT AI is a great brainstorming partner. It's a great partner in terms of business or philosophical questions or for ideas. But when it comes to sensitive financial information, yeah, I don't think I would be. There's no need to exchange information with those platforms anyway. In those regards, so again, common sense at the forefront. Use it as a tool. You wouldn't give your bank details to a barista in a coffee shop, for example. So yeah,
Zach, looking ahead, how do you think AI will shape creativity and business in the next, let's say, decade?
the power of AI is about speed. It's about no judgment. It's about accessibility to everyone. Therefore, I think it's going to open up a whole new world for everyone. Whereas people beforehand were scared of rejection, of being told no, of being told you're not good enough, of being told, nah, you know what, that's average. Suddenly, you can let your audience around the world decide. They are the ultimate judges. If they like it, they will buy it. If they like it, they will read it. If they like it, they will watch it. So there are the gatekeepers we traditionally knew who often were, let's be honest, not genuine. They had their own agendas, whether it's a publisher, a director, an editor, like who gave them power? Who gave them power to decide that we are good enough? No. Whether you are Leonardo da Vinci, whether you are Picasso, whether you are a working mum trying to raise kids and trying to publish a book like J.K. Rowling did when she was on social welfare. Joanne Kathleen Rowling, who was rejected by 25 publishers before Harry Potter came to the scene. You could be that person in a housing development in Scotland with nothing, struggling to make enough money to feed your child. Now, AI makes it possible for everyone. Um, whether you are in Alaska, whether you are in Siberia, whether you're in Silicon Valley. So I think if you have a message, if you have a calling, if you have a passion, if you have something you want to create, whether it's a book, a vlog, a blog, a painting, guess what? Now is your time. You can, you must, you should, you must, you must. It is your duty to fulfill your inner calling. So I think now we are at an opportunity where we're at a time when anyone and everyone can let, I heard a great phrase, it's escaping me, but basically it said, don't die with your best song inside you. Let the world hear your song. I didn't put it very well there, but basically, don't die with your best song inside you. The world needs to hear your song. And we all have a song in us. And I think AI allows us all to express our song, the music that's inside our soul, our hearts needs to come out. Needs to come out because you know what? You could help someone else. You could impact someone else. You could make someone else's life, transform it from perhaps misery to inspiration. So I think this is the time. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need someone else's consent. You can do it.
Thank you, Zach. Uh, do you think AI could erase corruption, or at least ease uh, the corruption in this world?
Potentially, yes. It's a great leveler. It's a great open, transparent playing field. There are no hiding places. So potentially, um, and it has no bias in terms of whether you're talking politically, whether you're talking um, religiously, it is very, very neutral, in my opinion. So I think it will not allow someone with a bias, be it religious, political, or other, to hide behind what I would call superfluous arguments. So yeah, I think it will ask questions that perhaps people don't want to ask, and it will ask questions without fear, um, and the answers we might not like. But yeah, I think ultimately it could be a great extractor of ulterior motives and potentially, hopefully, reduce this thing we call corruption, this thing we call the curse of corruption. I think, you know, I grew up in a world where I thought the good guys were always right, the bad guys would always lose. Reality is they're not. So I think for everyone, anyone, um, it will expose leadership and it will expose bad leadership as well. So yeah, potentially I think it could be a huge correcting force for human selfishness, shall we call it?
Yes, I use ChatGTP in various occasions, and it is actually very, very neutral. It doesn't give any opinion, either political or religious, or it's all neutral. It's all informative. It's kind of like encyclopedia, kind of, without getting into any details of or any political religion, or but very, very polite, very, very neutral talk. Um, okay, so for business leaders and creatives listening, what is one piece of advice for using AI effectively?
Um, Number one, lean in. Number two, jump in. Number three, embrace, because this is not going away. Ignorance is not going to help. Burying your head in the sand is not going to help. This is not just the future. This is today. This is reality today. It's like saying oxygen does not exist. Guess what? Oxygen exists. We need it to breathe. This is um, here. It's sitting next to you. If you have a phone, it's there. If you have a laptop, it's there. If you have an internet connection, it's there. So ignoring it is not going to work. Be open-minded, be curious, ask how it can help your objectives, be they in business, be they as a council leader, be they as a mum or a dad. Um, it can help in so many ways. It's the best friend you never had. It's like it won't judge you, it won't criticize you, it will not slag you off, it will not make you feel unappreciated. It's there saying, "How can I help? How can I help? How can I help?" Um, it life has always been a struggle. Now suddenly we've got a friend who'll say, I'll make that struggle a lot easier for you. Tell me what you want me to do, I'll make it better. You want to lose weight? You want me to organize your wardrobe? You want me to organize plan your week? You want me to help your child learn maths? You want me to help you plan your menu? What's in your fridge? I will create recipes for you. It's there, and it never gets frustrated. It never goes sick. It never complains. It's there. It's there. So I think the real problem is we as humans are having to question ourselves now because we have nothing left to complain about. So now we're suddenly, oh, okay, I've got this thing and it will do anything for me. Now what have I got to complain about? Okay, I want to complain about something, but I don't know what to complain about. There are robots coming in at the moment. I don't know if you know Brett Adcock, who created Archer Aviation, which is an AI aviation company. He's building robots at the moment, which will be available for £20,000 or £200 a month that will come into your home and act as the most unbelievable domestic assistants ever. They will clean, they will cook, they will talk, they will listen. I know it sounds freaky. It's happening at the moment. These things are coming into our lives. You will not need to hire anyone. There's no HR issues. There's no health and safety issues. You won't have to worry about overtime. You won't have to worry about pissing them off or politically incorrect statements. Robots in the house are coming very, very soon. I would say within 2 years at an affordable range. And we will not need to hire a nanny or someone to look after our sick parents, which is very relevant in my case. And these agents, I call them, will be doing most of our housework, cooking, cleaning, listening, minding. This is happening. This is happening. Brett Adcock, if you Google him, you will see the work that's going on. And he's bringing accessible robots to all of our homes very, very soon. In the same way that Uber did not exist 15 years ago, that Airbnb did not exist 15 years ago, this is happening now. This is happening now. So our lives where there was a labor shortage, where we couldn't afford help, where we couldn't afford to hire someone, guess what? Out the window, out the window.
It came to my mind uh, the nurses working in the hospitals that they have mental issues and they start injecting something to kill the patients. It has happened in the past. I guess with robots, they don't have that issue. They are programmed to care about that person, and there will be no such criminal issues, I guess.